Hello and welcome to a Sophisticated Pairs video blog. My name is Erica, and today I am reviewing the Avocado Ce Soir bra. So before I get into the review, I will note there probably is going to be a humming in the background. I think in my last video I mentioned it's summer here and it's super hot, so I have to keep the air conditioning on in the store. I apologize, but I'm going to try and speak above it. Anyway, I have the Avocado bra in the 75J, which is equivalent to an American 34J or a UK 34GG. Since I do most of my reviews in the UK size, that's how I'm going to refer to it going forward. So the 34 band on this is quite snug. The last time I did a review, I mentioned I was between 34 and 36. Well, I'm actually starting to lose weight, and I've come down a little bit closer to 34. That said, I do have it on the loosest set of hooks, and it's a little snug. I may end up wearing it with an extender the first couple times to really break it in. I think this has to do with the fact that the wings are not your standard power mesh. They're more of a fabric, so it has a little bit less innate stretch quality to it. If you're between sizes, you may want to size up for comfort. The cup size in the double G is pretty good. It's slightly small on the larger side, but the cup fabric has a stretch component to it, so I believe over time it will contour more to my shape. So for me, I have been between the double G and the H cup in the 34 band, so this tends to fall right between the two sizes I'm oscillating between. It may run, I would say, kind of closer to true to size. The fit of the bra is fantastic. With Polish companies, I sometimes don't get a full tack. A lot of times they don't always use the same gauge underwire that you would see in a UK or an American company. And as I've mentioned before, that's okay. Not every company tackles the problem of bra fitting in the same way. However, the Avocado bra sits nice and flat between the ribs. I don't have any soft tacking. This is definitely a nice press against the rib cage. It keeps everything separated. The underwire shape itself is very narrow in the center and then also more U-shaped. That's another characteristic of many Polish company bras. So if you look at the bra from the side here, you can see that it tends to sit about here, which is perfect for me. It's also relatively low. It's not coming up super high along the underarm. And then the overall shape itself is very lifted and rounded. That's something I really enjoy about a lot of the Polish shapes. It's not quite as forward as some of the other ones. I feel like I could still get just a little bit more side support. I'm going to attribute that primarily to the fact the fabric does have the stretch, which I mentioned earlier, but the cup design also lacks a side panel. So with the Ce Soir, you have a 3-section cup. You have a 2-ply mesh on the lower half, which uses a kind of subtle dot print. And this again has that stretchability. And then you have this upper section, which is a single-ply mesh, very similar to kind of like a fishnet. So I think particularly just lacking a little bit of that side panel means that you don't get the full push forward. Overall though, I love the look and the shape. It's really a beautiful silhouette underneath clothes, and it's exceptionally comfortable. For me, the arm area is usually the biggest problem, and because the underwire shape is not only narrow but also low, and the cup is low along the sides, I miss out on all of those problems that I have mentioned in the past, where it just feels like it cuts in and it rubs. Because the Ce Soir is from Avocado, Avocado tends to be more of a luxury bridge line. Most of their products tend to start somewhere in the ballpark of, say, $79, and then they go up as high as, I want to say, $100 to $110. Think kind of price line-wise, Simone Perel. The Ce Soir is a $95 bra when you do the conversion from euros, so it is definitely more on the expensive side. And I think it's important to see that in the materials. And we definitely do here. The wings on this are really soft. I mentioned that they weren't power mesh, they're an actual fabric, so they tend to anchor really well to the body. But they're also very comfortable. They don't feel like they bite or dig. They also have the elasticized edging done in such a way that it doesn't roll. I've seen this a lot, particularly in any bra that goes up to higher band sizes, where the elastic stripping just tends to flip up. And I love that Avocado took the extra time to make sure that this doesn't happen. These straps here are wide, but soft and fully adjustable, so you can really adjust the bra as much as you need. I mentioned earlier that the cup fabric here is a combination of a 2 and then a 1-ply mesh, both with a little bit of stretch. The fabric feels very soft, there's no itchiness, there's no chafing. Along the bottom here, it's also using a softer fabric, and the little bit of banding that you have at the underwire doesn't flip or roll. That's another problem I sometimes get into with some of the bras, where it kind of either curls underneath the rib cage or it flares out from the bottom. So those are all wonderful qualities to this. It's really a beautifully well-made piece. The craftsmanship here is fantastic. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous bra. And that's what I'm very excited to talk about now, is how freaking gorgeous it is. So the harness trend has been going on in lingerie for a couple years now, but it's taken a while to get to the full bust market. This is due in part to the fact that it is a lot more challenging to get something like these strappy pieces to lay flat, to sit properly. So there's more design work ultimately that needs to go into a bra like this to achieve the right look, but also the right fit. Now, Avocado as a brand, I mentioned earlier, is a little bit more on the luxury bridge line, so it is a more expensive brand. They're also kind of the epitome of the phrase, do you. This isn't to say that they eschew the lingerie trends, because obviously this is definitely on trend, but they tend to do it in their own way. They have a very sophisticated and elegant and kind of grown-up feel to their lingerie, which I really, really enjoy and I love. You know, this piece here is definitely a little bit maybe on the more daring side with the straps, but it still manages to be, at its core, a well-fitting, well-executed black bra. And I like how they did the straps here as well. So first off, the kind of contrast between the sheerness on the upper cup and then the slightly more opaque lower cup is nice. And then they've also done it where these strap pieces, they attach on this 2-section lower cup. They don't attach on top of the 1-ply mesh. And they have a little bit of stretch to them as well. So you can allow the bra to sit where it needs to, and it can contour to you without flipping or rolling or sliding around in an awkward way. Now, I did mention sliding. There are the ability to kind of slide these up at the top, so you can kind of mess around with these. Again, I think this allows you, when you get the bra on in the morning, to put everything exactly where it should go. It's not one of those pieces that's exceptionally static, so you either kind of fit into it and it works perfectly, or you've got fit problems. There are all these little thoughtful touches that allow you to get everything to look exactly as it should. And I think that was a really smart idea. Speaking of that, this piece here at the top that I was showing you where the straps attach, this actually ties in the back. So you can make this as tight or as loose as you need. Again, allowing you that ability to account for if you have a sort of longer torso, or if you have a shorter torso, or longer vertical roots, shorter vertical roots. You have that ability to contour this entire bra to fit your unique shape. And again, I think that was a super smart move design-wise. Even if the materials themselves weren't as high quality as they are, the amount of thought and time that went into making this bra possible certainly warrants the added price point. So the strappy trend is not for everybody. When I posted pictures of some of these on Facebook, there was a little bit of a blowback on the idea of how could they lay flat, how do you wear them, but it really is a cool trend. I mean, this is not a bra that's designed to be worn underneath a turtleneck. This is a bra that's designed to be worn underneath an open neckline. It's supposed to show. It's supposed to add that kind of cool quality. So again, it's not a trend that's for everybody, and it has taken a little while to reach fuller bust. There are some options coming out, either already have came out this year or coming out later this year, but the Avocado Ce Soir is probably one of my favorites. I just love the way there is so much flexibility. So many of the other options I've seen, which granted are a lower price, don't have this ability to kind of tighten up these straps as you need to kind of move them up or down. They don't have the sliding ability to reposition them. And then, you know, you're also, again, looking at this great Polish shape. So you're getting this good lift, this good support. It's really a fantastic bra. And it's in a huge range of sizes. I think it comes in either 28 through 42, something like that, bands. So it's not just a bra for some sizes. It really expands and goes across. Overall, I can't believe how much I love this bra. This was a gift from a friend, and I got it on a weekend I wasn't feeling too great, and I put it on, and it's one of those bras that just immediately lights up your face. It's just so awesome. It's super comfortable. The fit is phenomenal, and you have this awesome aesthetic that just totally distinguishes it from other things on the market. Overall, fantastic bra. Absolutely love it. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to email me. My email is sophisticatedpear@gmail.com. You can also check out our blog, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and I think that's it, for all the other news and information. Thanks for watching.